Hey guys, welcome back to Tip Tuesday. My name is Matthew Starkey with Stone Mill Log and Timber Homes. Thanks for joining us. Last week we started a series on settlement for your log home. This week we're going to continue on and talk about settlement in fireplace openings, starting with the interior, and then we'll move to the exterior. What I'm showing here is an illustration and a detail of how the fireplace is actually built to accommodate a settlement. This is a detail that will be provided for you and your general contractor for the GC sub who's doing your fireplace and your firebox. What we do in our phase and our scope is we cut out an opening for your firebox unit. So if you've got a metal insert or if you've got a masonry insert, we're going to get that rough opening from you, and we're going to cut the rough opening out in the log wall and put in our slotted bucking system. This slotted bucking system is what goes in all of the windows and doors, and it's what accommodates settlement in the log walls. So once we cut the opening out, then your sub or your general contractor or your subs will come in and install the firebox. The firebox is to the exterior of the log wall, which means that the flue and the chimney will be to the exterior of the log wall as well. So when you're doing your stone work on the interior, you're actually going to fur the wall out either with furring strips, much like our slotted bucking system that have slots in them. Those furring strips get attached to the log walls with lag bolts and washers with the slotted connection so that your log wall can settle behind the furring strips, or you can just simply fur a wall out off of the log wall. You just don't attach the frame wall to the log wall with a hard connection. You would attach the frame wall to the log wall, much like the details that we talked about last week for framing an interior wall to a log wall. So with these slotted furring strips, you will either do horizontal strips, furring strips, and then attach your sheathing as you see here in this illustration, or you can attach your sheathing directly to the slotted furring strips here. What this allows you to do is attach your cultured stone or your natural stone directly to this furred out wall. And depending on how deep you want that return to be on the side for your stone, whether it's a flat stone surface or whether you want a little bit of return like a 6-inch or a 12-inch return, that will kind of dictate how far you fur the wall off of the log wall. So as you can see here, you've got sheathing attached to the slotted furring strips that allows the log walls to settle in behind that furred out wall. And then when you come in to install your cultured stone or natural stone on the interior, as you can see with the image, that stonework goes on that furred out wall. You can bring stonework up to mantle height, or you can go all the way up, as in this particular drawing. And what happens is that log wall is able to settle back in behind that furred out wall on the interior. Now with the exterior, it works very much the same way. So you've got your firebox and your flue and your chimney. The chimney is going to be a frame box to the exterior of the log wall that's going to encapsulate the firebox and the chimney. And then that chimney that's framed out, that box that's framed out to the exterior side to encapsulate your firebox and your flue, is going to be attached to the log wall, much like we talked about last week with the wall lead connection, with the slotted connection, so that the log wall can settle on the exterior as well. And then you're attaching your stone to this furred out, this framed out box that surrounds and encapsulates your firebox and your flue to the exterior. So your stonework goes on, and there's certain flashing details that we'll provide where on the exterior that stone, that cultured stone or natural stone, comes into that log wall so that nothing is being hard nailed or directly attached to the log wall, so that this log wall can settle on the interior and the exterior in behind that fireplace construction. So a little different than conventional construction, but we've been using these settlement techniques for the better part of 3 decades. So they are proven to work. We'll provide all these details in the design process and will be available to provide assistance for your subs or your general contractor to thoroughly explain how this process works. So no fear, don't worry about being able to convey this information to the general contractor or to the sub. We'll take care of that during the design build process. So hopefully this has been helpful. We'll finish up our settlement series next week and talk a little bit more about settlement in cabinetry. And until then, hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions or need more information, feel free to call us anytime here in the office. We hope you have a great week. Take care, stay safe and healthy, and we look forward to seeing you next week for more Tip Tuesday.